Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to discuss with you exam style questions, chapter 8, question number 4. So, here is uh, an income statement. There is already a prepared income statement which is not correct. Leo is a wholesaler. He has little knowledge of accounting. He prepared the following income statement which contains some errors. As you know, little knowledge is dangerous. So, he prepared income statement. Before we find some errors and mistakes out of this income statement, let's see what is the correct perform of the income statement. As you all know, there are two sections of the income statement. First section is trading section, and the second one is profit and loss section. The trading section gives you the calculates the value of gross profit, and the profit and loss section gives you the final answer of the net profit. So let's move on to the performer. It's very important to learn and understand the different contents of the income statement before we proceed to check out the errors in the given income statement. So here we can see the performer of the trading section of the income statement. There is a Smear. This is a sole proprietor, and you can see there are three columns. Normally it is prepared in three columns. Trading section is prepared. Outer column is for the main calculations. Here comes the revenues. These are sales revenue obviously, and it is allocated for the cost of sales. So we will have the value of sales revenue, and we will deduct cost of sales from this. 94,700 is the sales revenue, and we will deduct 65,200 maybe the value of the cost of sales, and this comes out to be 29,500 gross profit. And this is the performer. We will start from the beginning. This is revenue, and as you know, sales return will be deducted, so we will get net sales. Then comes the calculation of the cost of sales. You can see I have underlined the phrase of the cost of sales, and there is a colon, and colon means here comes the complete calculation for the cost of sales, and at the end of the calculations there is the value of the cost of sales in front of this line. So in the performer you can see cost of sales starts with the opening inventory, and we add cost of goods purchased into it, and cost of goods purchased is calculated in this way. Purchases, we will add purchase return, we will subtract purchase return, and then if there is anything which is used for the personal use by the owner of the business, this may also be deducted, although this is not normally is not in the available in the performer of the trading section, but it could be there. This case could be there, that an owner uses something for his or her personal use, and if the owner of the business uses something out of the stock for his or her personal use, you will deduct it from this purchases as well. Then the most important, don't forget it, कैरेज इनवर्ड. तो आप कैरेज इनवर्ड को भी इसमें ऐड करेंगे, ठीक है. तो परचेज रिटर्न विल बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड, ओन यूज़ विल बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड, कैरेज इनवर्ड विल बी एडेड. सो गुड्स फॉर ऑन यूज़ ये कोई नॉर्मल आइटम नहीं है, कभी कभार आ सकता है, लेकिन इसके लिए तैयार रहें. तो जो नॉर्मल आइटम्स हैं, परचेजेस लेस परचेज रिटर्न and will be subtracted, and carriage inward will be added. So this will give us the value of the cost of goods purchased. 65,700 is the value of the cost of goods purchased. You can see opening inventory is added, 7,100 is added to 65,700, and then closing inventory is subtracted. This gives rise to the cost of sales, and we get the gross profit. So I have gone through this performer very quickly, and you have revised the performer of the trading section of the income statement. Let's move on to the second section, profit and loss section of the income statement, and let's see. Profit and loss section, it starts with the gross profit. On the credit side of the profit and loss section of the income statement is the gross profit, the same gross profit which has been calculated from the previous trading section. You can confirm this. And we add discount received. Discount received is a sort of revenue, sort of income, so it has been added to our incomes that has been collected from our trading circle. Here a question will be rising in your mind that discount received and discount allowed as a sort of trading activity. Yes, a question can be there, but it has been decided that discount received and discount allowed are activities which are sort of operating activities. यानी ये एक जो है वो ट्रेडिंग से अलग से एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की एफर्ट से डिस्काउंट रिसीव हासिल हुआ, और हमने जो कि अलाउ किया वो भी हमारा एक तरह का एक्सपेंस है, जो कि हमारी जो है वो नॉर्मल की ट्रेडिंग एक्टिविटी से थोड़ा सा इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करने के लिए जो है हमने इसको अलग से इसको लिख लिया है. सो ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट में ऐड कर दिया डिस्काउंट रिसीव्ड, एंड हेयर कम्स द एक्सपेंसेस, डिस्काउंट अलाउड, वेजेस एक्सपेंस, जनरल एक्सपेंस, प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स, लोन इंटरेस्ट वगैरह. So these are the total revenues. We are subtracting the operating expenses from this, and 29,900 is the total balance of the total of the credit side. Credit side is bigger than the debit side. So if credit side is bigger than the debit side, so there is a credit balance, there is net profit for the year. We write net profit for the year on this debit side because it is shorter than, smaller than the credit side. But remember always that this net profit, this will be a net profit. Whenever there is credit side is greater than the debit side, there is net profit. If debit side is greater than the credit side, there will be net loss. Now we have revised our pro forma, and let's move on to the given income statement, which has been made mistakenly. There are some errors, the mistakes. So first of all, revenue is written correctly. Discount received is not its place. It should be in the profit and loss section. Opening inventory is correct, but it's not on its place. It should be over here in the cost of sales section, like it should be added to the opening inventory. And then purchases, these are returned from customers. No, it should be returned from customers, should be subtracted from the revenue. तो इसको जो है वो रेवेन्यू में से हम इसको माइनस कर देते होते हैं, रिटर्न फ्रॉम कस्टमर्स को, तो वो हमारी नेट सेल्स आ जाती हैं. और परचेजेस के अंदर जो है हम ओपनिंग इन्वेंटरी, ठीक है, ये वाली ले लेंगे, ये इधर नहीं रहेगी, ये इसकी प्लेस करेक्ट नहीं है 4910 की. So we will add opening inventory to the purchases less closing inventory, and we will add if there is any carriage inward. Yes, there is a carriage inwards. There are basically 3 items which are involved in the cost of goods purchased, or simple we may call it as purchases. So here is net sales, and we will subtract the value of cost of sales after adding opening inventory, opening stock into the purchases, and subtracting the closing inventory and adding the carriage. So there are you may say there are 3 items which are to be added or subtracted to the purchases: opening inventory, opening stock, purchases, closing stock, and carriage inwards. Then we will be getting the value of the gross profit, and gross profit afterwards there will be some expenses. This is rent expense, and rent payable is our rent expense, and rent receivable, although it is written, it is subtracted from the rent payable, but remember that it is not its proper place. So the proper place of the rent receivable is after we get the gross profit, we add the discount received, and we add the rent receivable. So this is rent revenue, this is other income. So we add on our addition side, on adding to our gross profit side. So then here is a small list of the expenses: rent payable expense, rent expense, wages expense, sundry expense. So let's move on to the solution of this question. there are some mistakes, errors that we have been identified. I have told which items should be at their correct place. So let's see what are the correct places. So as I have told you, in the middle column, revenue less sales return, this would be net sales. Then comes the value of the cost of sales. We will be calculating the cost of sales. And here comes the opening inventory in the middle column. Purchases and carriage inwards added together to get 49,620, and then closing inventory or closing stock is subtracted, gives rise to cost of sales. So 49,450 is the cost of sales. This is cost of sales. Here is the calculation of the cost of sales. This is very important point, that here is written cost of sales, here should be a colon. So it shows that all of this calculation is being done for the cost of sales, and it ends up by the subtraction of the closing inventory, and this is the value of the cost of sales. So sales revenue and cost of sales come up and down in one column, so one should be subtracted from the other, one against the other, and we get the gross profit. So this is all about the trading section. This completes our trading section. This is up to the gross profit. Now comes the profit and loss section. So this is trading section. And this is P&L section. As I have told you that discount received and rent receivable are the items to be added to the gross profit. These are the profit and loss section items. These are the other incomes, and here comes the list of the operating expenses. Discount allowed, rent payable, wages expense, sundry expense. Rent payable, obviously this should have been named as rent expense, but rent payable is giving us the sense that this is a rent, but it is not going to be receivable. This is going to be payable, but technically speaking, its name should be rent expense. Rent payable gives the sense that it might be liability. So here are some points to be remembered. So we will be discussing more items in the theory, and more exercises. I will be solving more exercises and problems and past paper questions. So please give your feedback in the comment section. What do you want from me? Any other topics to be discussed or explained? तो आप मुझे अपनी आरा से ज़रूर जो है वो आगाह करें कि आप अगर कोई और वीडियो बनवाना चाह रहे हैं, कोई एक्सरसाइजेस पास्ट पेपर्स सॉल्व करवाना चाह रहे हैं, तो मैं इंशाल्लाह आपके साथ इसको शेयर करूंगा। और ये मैं नई प्लेलिस्ट का आगाज़ कर रहा हूँ, तो उम्मीद है कि आप लोग इसको एंजॉय करेंगे। कॉन्सेप्ट सीखने के लिए आप लोग मेरी दूसरी फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग की जो है वो वीडियोस देख सकते हैं, लेकिन याद रहे कि ये जो है वो यूके स्टाइल, ब्रिटिश स्टाइल अकाउंटिंग है, ये थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट है। मेरी बाकी तमाम जो हैं प्लेलिस्ट जो हैं वो अमेरिकन स्टाइल से हैं, तो इसके लिए मुझे कुछ थोड़ा सा सेपरेटली कुछ नया काम करना होगा। सो टिल देन, अल्लाह हाफिज़।